I think it's funny how much you hate that video. I can tell. I can tell how much you hate that video. Man, it is dark in here. Let me turn some lights on.
Fucking I give up. Dude.
What you went like this at one point I was watching you.
I don't have internet. And I'm trying to log into my Verizon account to figure out why. And I've never been more frustrated in my entire life because I try to log in and it says that I don't even want to explain it. It's terrible. You ever get stuck in one of those customer service loops where it's like, forgot password. Okay, great. We're going to send you a one-time code. And then when you get the one-time code, the screen you need to input it on refreshes because you had to go get the one-time code. So there's never going to be an opportunity for you to enter it. Unless when you see your little notification, you memorize the 11-digit number in 2.3 seconds and then put it in, which I just tried to do, and I missed it by a digit.
So that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, I don't know how long this is going to hang on. I'm connected to my phone, so we'll see.
Do you also not have heat in your house? What the fuck, man? Look at you.
It's freezing in here.
You've got all your accessories.
This room doesn't get warm until like a lot later in the day.
Is that the room's outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the price you pay with all the for all the windows.
All those windows.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so dark in here all of a sudden.
No, it just lightened up a little bit.
Did it?
Nope,
maybe it
darkened.
It's weird. It's like depending on where I am. You see that?
Yeah.
That's better. What's going on here? I don't get it. Let's try something different. Let's try something radical. Let's turn the lights down. It's like auto normalizing. Anyway.
Did you
well, I don't understand how you don't have internet. You have internet. We're doing this live right now on the internet.
Yeah, it's tethered to my phone.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm using a cellular network.
Oh boy.
And I'm sure whatever it is easily fixable, but I haven't logged into my Verizon Fios app since the last time I had a problem, which was a while ago. So like I feel powerless. And I was so close to getting it done before this, but it's not because of that goddamn password.
Well, you know what they say you should do is make all of your passwords the same and then write them down in multiple places in plain
sticky notes next to your computer.
I mean, it sounds like that would have solved your problem. You would have the internet.
Definitely. No, it's not that I don't remember my password. It's just I haven't logged in recently enough for them to
pay
my password is acceptable still. They do not believe that the password I've been using in the past is good enough to be the password that I will use in the future.
Hey, customer.
Right there.
Hey, customer. We're just trying to head a problem off before the pass. Just trying to help you out before it becomes a big issue.
This is for your best interests. We have your best interests in mind.
Verizon
isn't about us
for you always. Yeah.
All right. 991-16004. Remember that 991-16004.
Dude, come on. 7:37 in the morning.
I think I got it. Fuck yeah. All right. What's my password going to be? And can we come up with it together?
Yeah, sure we can. Josh renames his pat. Maybe we should. I didn't post a story. I forgot.
Oh yeah, so did I. It's because I didn't have internet. I was distracted.
It's a little too late at this point, I think.
By the way, beard's back to its natural colors now. So
I think it looks good, man.
Contrast.
I know. I know.
I'm riding with this.
I know you don't. You have some self-conscious thoughts about it, but it looks good, man. If I could grow a thick beard like that, I'd have one. I don't know if I'd have it that long.
Yeah, this is getting a little long.
Have you ever considered going like not long beard, but or is that a length where the discoloration or different colors become more noticeable? You need it longer.
I like it longer, yeah, for that reason and others. I like it longer in the winter just because I think it's a fun thing to do. The summer I keep it short, but yes,
Yeah.
you're dead on. This is the longest I think it's ever been. It's getting a little obscene. So I'm gonna get it cut today. Just trim down a little bit. Just harvest the mass that I've cultivated.
Harvest that mass.
Looks like that's one of your last 5 passwords. Enter a new one. Oh, looks like that's one of your last 5 passwords. Better enter a new one.
I see. I keep track of all of them.
Yeah.
I know. So does that mean you have to completely start over? You can't just enter a new password. You've got to like get the new code. Is that right?
Oh no, I got the code. Now I just have to come up with a password that wasn't one of the last 5 passwords I've come up with. No problem.
How about I don't know, man.
Great. Your password reset was successful. You can sign in using your new password. Go ahead. I bet it will work. I promise. Go ahead. And then they keep giving me this stupid fucking screen telling me that the My Fios app will retire soon. So use the My Verizon app to manage your Fios account. So I'm like, okay, cool. I've got that app. I pop on over to My Verizon. There's nothing you can do on that app to control your Fios account. Not one thing. Not one. It's for the Verizon wireless account. I gotta take this goddamn vest off. I'm getting all hot.
Oh yeah. I know you wanted to show everyone your new puffy vest, but we got
it. It's an old one. It's an old puffy. If I wanted to show them my new one, actually I don't have a new one. I did finally get a parka though. Did I tell you I was looking for one?
You didn't, but what did you get? Did you get one of those Canada Goose $2,000 ones?
No, that's what I want, but not what I bought. The parka game, man, it's tough. It's tough. Winter commuting, it's tough. You got to have something that's going to protect you from the elements, but like,
sure,
who the hell wants to spend $2,000, right? So I tried the outlets.
Here's the thing: those jackets, they're too warm. I mean, it's got to be like in the 20s.
Exactly.
If you're doing any walking,
less. Yeah. Once you start going. Yeah.
They just don't make sense for 99% of the human population to own one of those.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I've had that experience where you start going and it's like, this is an uncomfortable level of warmth.
Yeah. Right.
So anyway, I looked at a bunch of different things. Have you seen these jackets called Moose Knuckles? That's the brand.
I have not, no.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad.
Come on. I mean, you gotta figure that. What name are you?
It's a Canadian company, and they're not cheap. I couldn't afford me a Moose Knuckles jacket. But I ended up finding one at Buck Mason for only $500, which I feel like is a pretty good price for comparatively compared to everything else I'm seeing.
Those jackets, I think we both agree that those Canada Goose jackets at $12.99, whatever they are, too expensive. But
yeah, it's just too much.
You spend $500 on one of those jackets, it's going to last you 10 years. I mean, you're going to wear it so infrequently that it'll last you maybe for the rest of your life if you want to. At this point, you ever think about that? That we're now at the stage of our life and be like, this might be the last one of these that I ever buy. Like one of those jackets.
Well, I don't think we're quite there yet.
Backpack. Like I got a backpack. It's probably it might make it 30 years. I guess it all depends on how long you think you're going to live.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how long we think we're gonna live.
It could be. You may have just opened Pandora's bee here. Hold on, this app is acting like I've never made a payment on it before, and it's on auto pay. Hang on one sec.
A lot of factors go into that. A lot of factors going into predicting how much time you got left on this planet.
Oh, and I'm back. Entertain the guests while I fix my internet.
So I think I got a good 30 years left.
That's it.
After that, yeah. Well, I mean, look, here's the other thing: how much money we putting on this? Because you could definitely be correct.
I mean,
you could be right. You could make it so that you're right.
What do you mean? You can kill the other person?
You can kill yourself.
Or you can kill yourself.
You're like, I told you I was only going to live 30 years. He told everyone he was right.
What does it say about us that my impulse was that I'm going to kill you and your impulse was that you're going to kill yourself? Is that good or bad, or what does that mean?
I think that's why this works. I think that's why this works.
Okay, so let's see. So, by the way, the issue wasn't that I even had a bill due. The issue was that I had no payment methods in my store. How could I have previously been on auto pay if I didn't have any? Who's been paying my bill all this time?
Yeah. Don't you love those? You're like, there's no logical. Well, maybe it's Allison. I don't know.
Maybe a card expired.
That's probably right.
Or maybe I had it hooked up to my old personal checking account, and then we combined, and it's finally run out of money. the old account's finally been drained.
The old account. She's finally gone.
All right, I'm going to take a leap of faith here and go over to the internet.
Well, that's not going to work. There he goes. He's gone. He's gone. I knew that was going to happen. Should we put the timer up? See how long that's going to be? I'll just clean up some of the banners. Don't need that one anymore. We're going to get to that one. That one's always a good one to have up. Make that one right.
That went well.
Well, there you go. There's two of you. Yeah.
I switched back to the phone. I don't know what's going on. Must be an outage locally.
Yeah, usually whenever you have a show that's live and you're streaming it on the internet, you don't often change the connection.
Yeah, you don't switch over. I'm nervous that this isn't gonna. I'm highly skeptical that this is going to be able to hold on for the whole episode. So I figured better rip that Band-Aid off now.
Well,
we'll find out.
Just see how it goes. Yeah, we'll just play it until I'd plug that phone in.
Oh.
I don't know if you have that. Go ahead and connect it to a power source.
We have. They want me to rate this.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, you want a rating, huh? You want a rating? You want me to tell you how you've done? Well, 1 star. Enjoying my Fios? Submit. I showed them. Ooh, write a review. Here we go. Title. Give me a title for this one, Rich. My Fios,
the worst app experience I've had since, and then we got to think of a funny app, fake app name like Destroy Your Credit. Since I downloaded and installed Destroy Your Personal Credit. I don't know, something like that. That's
I don't even want to write this review. I don't even want to put the effort into giving them my sarcasm.
You know what? Then you have no one to blame but yourself. You've been asked to provide feedback.
You didn't show up at the polls. You can't complain about the politicians.
By the way, did I ever tell you that that's one of my favorite things about living in the district is that votes really, they don't matter.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Have you ever seen, well, for the president, I should say, and then we don't have any members of Congress that vote, so who cares, right? There's no senators. Yeah. It matters for the local shit, I guess, but as far as a presidential election, like, I don't even worry about it.
So you're assuming that I understand DC's role in the Electoral College, but you're incorrect.
I am. So we get to vote for the president, right? You get to vote who that is, but it's 90-something% Democratic every time return. Like there's no it is easily the most blue electoral votes that president will get all election.
I don't know. New Jersey and New York are pretty.
It's not fucking close, dude. I'm telling you. It's 90-something%. It's 90%.
Yeah, I could sworn that I saw 80s in New Jersey last time. I all I remember is I got the same feeling of like, oh man, this is kind of pointless.
We're gonna check it out.
Yeah,
we'll do 20. We'll do 2020.
That's kind of surprising that DC is super liberal, or super, I guess not liberal, but Democratic.
So here's the district. Oh, that's the presidential primary. Hang on. Okay, results. 2020 United States presidential election, District of Columbia. Let me see. Let me go and share this.
Yeah, let's talk about gerrymandering while we're at it. I'm fed up with that.
2020 presidential election. Joe Biden, 92%. Donald Trump, 5%. Joe Jorgensen, 2,000 votes. That's a lot of votes for Joe Jorgensen and Spike Cohen.
Please click on Spike Cohen, please.
Let's see what his deal is.
I like this guy already. What's his deal?
He's born in Baltimore.
Okay.
Messianic Jew.
He's Jewish.
Having a bar mitzvah.
Oh, he's a Messianic Jew. Okay, so a Messianic Jew are Jews who the sole focus of their religion is awaiting the return of the Messiah. It is the Jewish belief that the Messiah did not return in the form of Jesus Christ, but when the Messiah returns, peace on earth will prevail. It's kind of cultish.
Oh, perfect. Well, he got 2,000 votes in the 2020 presidential election. The cult guy.
That's pretty impressive, actually. Is there like a personal life? Let's find out how he got here.
Early life. He purports to have chosen the nickname it Spike after the character in the 1986 children's film My Little Pony, the movie. That's it.
Fuck out of here. What? He said that? First of all, no one chooses the name Spike for themselves. That's crazy.
Certainly not at 3.
Yeah. You can't just go around. Actually, a 3-year-old might say that. Like, hey, I want to be called Spider-Man now, right? Maybe 3 or 4-year-olds say that. But they're definitely not hanging on to it until adulthood.
I guess. It's listen, it's tough to go through a nickname change after the age of. The more we think about this, I think it actually makes sense. It's tough. It's tough to go from a nickname change from at any age after maybe 5th grade.
I would argue that that assigning yourself a nickname is more difficult than like the Chernobyl cleanup effort was. If you can pull off self-assigning a nickname, you've done something truly incredible. The perseverance, unmatched.
The Chernobyl was pretty simple. So yeah, I agree. I think it's tougher
to put a lid on it, which is exactly what they did. They just poured cement on top of it.
Yeah, done. I changed from. I remember making the decision when we started 7th grade that I was no longer going to be Richie Strayer. I was going to be Rich Strayer. I'm an adult, 12, started 7th grade.
Chest hair.
And It took a little while. I remember there being some corrections needed to be made.
Some pushback
from my
now,
friends, my teachers.
Why don't I remember? Like, I remember you always being Rich to me, but Richie to like our parents. Like, my parents still call you Richie.
Yeah. So do mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think so do yours. And but I don't remember if I ever called you Rich. I don't think I did.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Maybe.
Was that tough?
But anyway,
was there some like I don't know, some feelings in that? You want to talk about them?
I mean, yeah. I you know, it was fine. I don't remember. I don't. Let's not unzip that.
Yeah, let's zip that back
let's
up.
Let's not let those emotions come out. No, I don't know. I just remember making that decision that my name's gonna be Rich.
It's a good decision, buddy.
And then of course that made it even more confusing in our household because that's what my dad went by, and so now voice is getting deeper. Friends' voices are getting deeper. No one's got cell phones. People calling, I want to talk to Rich. Like, and then I got taller than my dad, so you couldn't even say Big Rich or Little Rich.
Right.
So it was like, well, anyway. Anyhow.
I remember those days, man. Hello. My grandma used to make fun of me every time I picked up the phone. She would be like, why is your voice so deep only when you say hello on the phone? And I noticed that all men do this. Do you know that? All men do this. We could be having a conversation and I'm hearing this tone, the phone would ring and I'd go, hello. Like you go to your deepest register to say hello. It's like men were at the watering hole in the Serengeti and we're always like defending and marking our territory. Hello. What?
How do you answer the phone? Your cell phone when someone calls you?
It's a great question, and something I'd like to see some more data on. I'll tell you what I've been going with recently, and well, it depends. Is this someone I know? Like,
let's hear both of them.
Not like a friend, but someone who. If it's someone who I have a general sense of who they are, I'll hit them with this is Josh. You like that?
Okay. Yeah, no, I do. That's what I say.
You say this is Josh?
I say this is Josh. And then I get to the like, oh, well, maybe it's not Josh.
And then maybe I like to do just hello for anyone else.
I never do hello. First of all, I never answer my phone. I don't. Yeah. If I don't see who it is, if I don't see who it is, I'm not answering it.
You know what? As much as I say that, it's not true. I do. Sometimes I just feel like rolling the dice because I get a lot of cold calls, right?
Do you?
I get a lot of cold calls. Yeah. Because when I was at Miro, and even though I was only a frontline sales leader, because I was the first sales leader in New York and they wanted me to attract candidates, they had me change my LinkedIn profile to director of sales. And once that got into the cold call database, they're like, okay, now this guy's a decision maker. And as soon as the other interesting thing is, as soon as I picked up for the first two, the volume skyrocketed. So remember that. People out there who don't like getting cold calls, you pick one up, they know, everyone else at every other company knows that you're a guy who picks up the phone.
Yeah. And again, just the lesson here is don't ever answer your phone.
Yeah, it's good.
Under any circumstances, no matter who's on the other side of that call.
Unless you like getting pitched, which is fun. I like hearing these guys try to keep me on the phone.
Do you?
Yeah, it's great, man. I'm always on the other end of that, like trying to get, interrupting someone else's day, but to get them to try to, I like to, hey, this is what, yeah, what do you want? Oh, we just want a minute of your time. What does your company do? What do you do? What do you do? Cut to the chase. But then
you got a director of the sales on the line.
Like, yeah.
I'm a director of sales. I don't have all day. I'm trying to direct some sales.
Directing. Yeah.
I'm directing. Yeah, just sitting there with like your director's hat and the clipboard, sitting in one of those chairs, like the
with my
canvas
name on the back.
backs. Yeah, right. That's a director for you.
Yeah.
No, I'd say this is Rich. That's how I answer my work calls too. This is Rich. It's a little different with what I'm doing, but yeah. So we gotta,
special Monday episode. Let's acknowledge it.
It is, man. Trying to get that Thanksgiving in. And so I was trying to think of some Thanksgiving things to rank, but I don't really give a shit about that. I don't want to rank Thanksgiving food.
Stuffing would win. It's easy.
We could talk. It depends, man. It really depends on who's making it.
Not that she'll ever watch this, but Aviel makes the best stuffing in the world.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. As a matter of fact, Allison is taking Aviel's recipe to Denver this year with us to replicate it because even she agrees.
So she's not going to make it now and then take it. She's going to make it when she's out there.
Yeah, this has been a whole thing. Her and her sister are hosting. I think so. We're staying with Allison's sister, her clone, and 16 people are coming over to. I'm just going to use names because it's easier. Her sister's name is Victoria. Victoria is hosting 16 different people, so they've been like,
whoop,
and they got one oven, and they're making turkey and ham. Like when I say that they have planned an ambitious menu, I mean ambitious. You want to know what's for dessert? One of the desserts,
please. No, I'm good.
There's 2 signature cocktails. There's
that's
mulled
okay.
wine, which takes time to make.
It does, but that's not right. That does take a burner.
That's right.
Okay.
And you have another bourbon. I'm gonna mess it up. Bourbon cocktail. A bourbon cocktail. We'll just say that.
The cocktails I get because you can make those in a big batch and just have them out. It's not like you're making one to order. I get that,
but it still takes hands, time, and preparation and resources. Okay. Mini pecan pies.
Mini. That okay.
Labor intensive.
Yeah.
20-pound turkey and a ham.
Okay.
One oven.
How so? There can you even fit both of them in there at the same time? No.
Nope. So Allison brought me into the planning earlier this week as I was walking out the door. She was like, "Hey, what do you think about this really complex problem we're trying to solve about?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, how many ovens do you have?" Well, she was like, "1," and I was like, "Not possible." Next question.
Scrap it. Start over.
Whoever's idea this is, it's a bad one. Move on.
Man, that's gonna be tough. I guess it depends on like which one of the ham or. I mean, I guess you could make it and then slice it and then put it in something and then put it back in the oven.
Yeah, so that's the thing
to
that
keep
they're
it
trying
warm?
to do. Yeah, the keeping it warm is the tricky part. So my wife was trying to figure out. I told her, I was like, you kind of have to math it, right? You have to figure out how many hours of cook time you need, first of all, so that you can decide how much you can leave for day of and how much needs to be prepped ahead of time. Because I would assume that most of this is going to have to be cooked the day before, right? At least the sides.
Ham for sure, right? Ham you just got hit. Yeah, right. So you just slice that bitch and then put it back in the oven if you want it warm. I mean, even cold ham
but then,
isn't bad.
No, it's not. But then, like, while you're putting the ham back in the oven, the turkey's getting cold. And then you put the turkey back in and, the ham gets cold.
So I think the turkey is the last. It's always the last thing, right? So
but it can't be in this
the
case.
problem is.
Because it takes too much time to cool.
Yeah, then that's fine. Then
this is like an SAT
you can time that
question.
That's right. How do you? It's a logistics. This is what the logistics final 201 in at Virginia Tech is.
Did you take that class?
I did not, but I probably should have. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Thanks. The final was not how to accurately time Thanksgiving prep?
I tell you what, take some brain power.
It's a good question though. So, but I guess what matters here. So that you make the turkey, you take it out, it cools, you carve it, and then you eat. Ideally, right? That's the idea. Is that as soon as the turkey's carved, we're eating.
Yeah,
and if it cools, if it takes an hour to cool, I don't know. You put foil on it, like it's not like it's just you don't put it outside to cool.
Right. My suggestion was chafing dishes. I mean, it's not going to help with the turkey.
What's that?
Chafing dishes are like those things that when you're at like a buffet or like a graduation party, a little
light underneath.
Yeah.
You could do that. Yeah, why not? I think all that matters is, depending on, you've got to figure out how long it's going to take the turkey to come down in temperature. It's probably 45 minutes or an hour.
Well, the actual question we're trying to figure out is how long can we leave the turkey before it becomes too cool to not want to eat? So it's not how much we have to wait. It's how long can we wait? Because once that turkey comes out, there's other shit that needs to go into that oven.
Right. Like, I don't know what else. So that next question, what are the other things that need to go in that oven?
Yeah, I didn't go that far down the rabbit hole.
Well, okay. You need to know that.
I'm a high level planner.
Get her in here. Let's figure it out. We're getting this.
Let me see if she wants to come on. I don't think she's gonna say yes.
Yeah, I don't do that. That's not a good idea. That's forcing someone to be on the internet again for eternity is not.
No, I mean she would love this. If it's just I don't know if she's like up and freshed already because she's not going to the office today. But if she is, she'll march right in here and call me an idiot as many times as she can. She won't be wrong. Yeah, this poor woman. I don't know what I put her through.
Again, so she's hosting with her sister, 16 people.
So just so you know, her answer right now, absolutely not.
Got it. We tried. I had the idea when we got out of college one year to do a Friendsgiving, and I was going to deep fry a turkey. We had a house with a backyard, and I was going to deep fry a turkey back there.
Great mind.
I was like, this will be really fun. We'll have like 20 something people come over, and maybe we can have some people we'll figure it out. But literally we started thinking about the logistics and how much of everything we needed to have. And I was like, I can't fucking do this, man. There's no chance. We don't have the space. Keeping everything warm is just, even if we had,
If you do a Friendsgiving, you got to outsource all the work.
Of course. But like people are going to be bringing over stuff while we have to deep fry like 2 turkeys. Like, how do you keep all that shit warm, right? Even if you're only deep frying a turkey for 45 minutes, it's done. You got to put the next one in. It's going to take 45 minutes.
Did you get the countertop deep fryer or did you get the outdoor deep fryer?
We got neither. We didn't do it. But countertop deep fryer.
I did this with a countertop deep fryer. I did a Friendsgiving when I was in Seattle. I actually did it twice. I did one at my place and one at a friend's place. Friend's place lived in like one of those sick high rises. It was a way better place, and it was the first time using the countertop deep. Have you seen a countertop deep fryer? Think of it like a air fryer. It's like sort of a self-contained unit that even though there's a lot of heat and danger going on, it kind of makes it feel safe because of the nice like molded plastic exterior. But it was a smashing success both times. As a matter of fact, when I left Seattle for New York, I left it in the apartment. Like it was everything else was packed up, and you look back at the apartment, and there's just a countertop deep fryer sitting by itself in an empty apartment. Because I can't bring that with me to New York City. That's crazy. But
first of all, I can't imagine what that place smelled like. You permanently changed the scent of that apartment.
No, it wasn't bad at all. They've got it pretty worked out. Ask around. Countertop deep fryers are legit.
You ask around. You ask around on the block and see what
now
they say.
the where the smell could become an issue is the oil. Is what you do with the oil afterwards. If you dispose of it quickly, you're good. But if you let that shit sit around and just like Funkify, no bueno.
Well, okay. I still don't believe.
I mean,
For a
technically, you
second
can
that
use
you were
the oil
deep-
more than once.
Right. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
we deep fried some stuff on Saturday this past weekend.
Oh yeah,
But we did
Just-
we
and
did
just a
outside.
pot? Outside.
Yeah, one of those
How'd you
Le
do it?
Crusettes.
How does
we
that
did,
work?
We
You
have
got
a
a fire
grill.
going?
We have a grill that has a side burner.
Okay.
And so it's basically just like a burner on a stove. And we took the Le Creuset out there, put some canola in there,
Yeah.
and fired it up.
Oh, that's cool. It's a really creative idea. I don't know that I ever would have thought of that. Because it's just one of those little pull-up side burners on the grill.
Yeah, it's permanent, right? It's like it's
It gets-
built
it
into the
gets
shelf.
Hot enough.
Barely. It's not great, but it gets it hot enough for the whatever. I mean, we had friends over. We did a beef tenderloin, and we want to do steak frites, right? But
Ooh,
we
I love-
kind of raised the game and did a beef tenderloin and deep fried French fries, like fresh.
And how'd they
It was
come
sick.
out?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Didn't fry them fucking twice, man. It took forever. I've never done it
Yeah.
before. It couldn't be easier. Oh, you don't even put anything on you just have to dry the potatoes and throw them in. Like you do
Yeah.
nothing else. But they tasted great. But it took a while. When we did 5 potatoes, and it total time probably took close to an hour to do
What,
both
prepping
fries.
them or actually putting them in the oil?
Frying. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not that long, maybe 45 minutes, but it was a long time.
That's a
I
long
was trying
time,
to, and then you take ones out of the fryer, but you still have another batch to go, and they get cold, right? It's just,
Yeah.
it's a thing. But it was great. It was.
That sounds good though.
Again, I can't imagine doing that inside.
Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy. I mean, it's not. You'll have some like oil splatter on the counter. It's not like a perfect thing, but it's. I don't know. Like I did it in two different places, and neither person complained about it afterwards, myself or the other person, and people who were there didn't complain. I don't know, and like both places were not well ventilated. Like it wasn't next to a window or something like that. I didn't. You were at my apartment in Seattle.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's where I did it. I did it in there.
I know.
Although it was like a concrete bunker, so I guess
Yeah,
that's
it really
not gonna hold
keeps
on to
all
the
that-
smell.
Well, no, it keeps it contained to the concrete bunker. No one else can smell it.
Yeah,
except
no,
for
it wasn't
it.
bad.
It just became so prevalent that that's what you thought was normal.
It was just
That's
the
what I
fry
wanted.
smell was my new smell.
That was it.
Allison said the same thing though, because I made the suggestion to her and she was like, "No way, they're dangerous and they smell." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not going to fight this, but I'm not going to win here."
Yeah.
But-
If you have an
They're
outdoor
not
space,
bad.
so they sell these. I'll show you what I want, and maybe I want. It's a slippery slope once you realize that you can deep fry shit, because it's like, are you going to be one of those guys now that you're going to deep fry everything?
Well, like you said, minimum prep time, maximum taste.
Yeah, it's
What's
Dude, I
something good that you haven't had deep fried that you'd like to have deep fried? Because they pretty much deep fry anything these days.
Oh yeah, I would prefer everything to be deep fried.
Well, no, you wouldn't. That's crazy. No, I'm saying, what's something that you would like deep fried that you haven't seen or already tasted deep fried? Like a deep fried Oreo comes to mind. I've never had one of those. Those look pretty good.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe I have. I don't know. That
Okay,
kind of stuff.
Let me
doesn't-
raise the
I'm not
stakes.
into that.
Battered and deep fried.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Grilled cheese.
Battered and deep fried grilled cheese.
Yeah. Take a grilled cheese, pour batter over it, and then deep fry it.
So when does the batter in your mind turn everything like sweet?
It turns everything into like a corn dog, basically, or like a funnel cake.
Yeah, right. Okay. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm into that.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's not the best example. I do love funnel cake, though.
Who doesn't, man? That's one thing that I could get into deep frying.
We
If
should
that
should
was,
rank high calorie foods.
Let me show you what I want. Because then once you have one of these, you can't. This is like I'm ready to deep fry.
Oh, by the way,
I'm ready to deep
I
fry.
got more viewer feedback from
Oh boy.
a friend of mine who said he watched the episode before we started promoting, the one right before where we had an agenda.
Yeah.
And he texted me, he's like, I'm watching now. I'm not it's do you guys know you were recording this?
Meaning
trying to be nice.
He wouldn't meaning we were talking about things that he would be uncomfortable having recorded,
No,
or
no,
that
like,
it was just so it's not a thing.
Yeah, it was so
Perfect.
It was unlike any other content he had viewed before.
It was very unshow like.
Yes, very unshow like.
Dude, I see. Look, you get one of these 2 or 3 burner. I just do that because the picture. Look at that. Now,
I mean,
now you got some
dedicated
you
tank.
got some BTUs behind that thing.
Yeah, you got some
You just
BTUs
fucking-
pumping in now.
Yeah, one of those. That's it. It's all it is burners and a rack. It's like a skeleton. Give me that. Make all kinds of shit outside. I'm into this. This is what I want.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hideous looking. That's the only thing that's keeping me. I mean, it's
So you're a fancy outdoor cooker.
no. I just it
Fancy.
they
I
didn't.
want it to look nice.
You have to admit they could have done a little bit better of a job.
I want it to be. I don't even want these back things. Just give me something that's
Just give me
3
a burner
burners
on 4 legs.
minimal. Yeah, that and something that keeps it from falling on the ground. That's all. I
Okay,
care
so
about
what is this
when it
going
comes
to
to
enable
this.
you to do that you can't do today?
So the deep frag. That's it.
That's
You
fine.
can
That's a
deep
good
fry
reason.
3 things at once.
I like that.
We can do a lot because I got one of these. Let me show you one of these.
Yeah, show me.
You've seen this. Where is it? How would I get there? There we go.
Is that a roller carrier bag for your grill?
What is this? Look at this guy.
Where's he going? This is their
It's like he just
promotional
got kicked
photo.
out of the house. He just
Yeah,
got kicked
looks
out of
like
the house, and the only thing he's taking with him is the 3 burner.
His wife just left him. Fine. Good luck deep frying.
Okay, I'm
Where's he
dragging
going
through
now?
the grass.
What's with this guy? All right, there's not one more picture. I want to see it. Oh boy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
boy.
it.
Boy,
love,
that weight,
love
dude.
this.
The length of this
Love all
man's
this.
torso. Yeah, I like everything that's going on here. I like the frayed opening of the jeans. I like how they cover most of his clogs. I like the
Those are
t-shirt
definitely
tucked
open
in.
backs.
T-shirt, big belt, big watch, hat combo. Never has. It's
Wonder if we
undefeated.
can. Wonder if we can get a. Let's see. Can
you read the
let's see
reviews,
if we can-
maybe?
I want to read what's on his
Yeah.
shirt. New
Oh,
Orleans.
that's Texas.
jeans.
Yeah,
It
New
says
Orleans.
jeans.
Polo jeans.
think
that's a polo jeans shirt.
Got it. So this picture was taken in the year 2001.
Yeah, definitely.
I went to college like with this guy. This
all
is
did.
this is everyone at Virginia Tech in 2001.
That was the style, man. This guy would have been killing it in 2001.
Let's see some reviews. Well, let's not write one. Not yet. Let's read one.
Yeah, 26
Husband-
reviews.
Husband loved it. 2 burner, had lots of people. So my husband, I surprised him with a carrying case on wheels.
Dude, so help me God, if my life ends up like that in any way, I'm going to be really upset.
It's sitting on a shelf in my garage, so I can't say how it'll hold up being dragged out to the occasional camping trip. 4 stars. I've never used it. Well, there you have it.
This is like-
Removed important things.
I had the one without. So I had the one. I like this one. So wait, can you stay there?
Wait,
So
wait,
I
wait.
have the one without the wheels, and it has slots for legs. Windshield, love it. I thought I'd upgrade the wheels so I didn't have to carry it, but the bag with the wheels doesn't have the slots for the leg / windshield. Otherwise, pretty good quality and sturdy, so knocking it down from 5 stars to 3, do that.
They sell one of these without wheels? Is that what I'm to understand? Anyway, we've talked about the griddle. I can make a lot on that. The thing is, so when we have people
pancakes?
over, oh yeah, dude, I can make a dozen at once. You have 12 pancakes going at the same time.
You have that big of a griddle?
Well, now I got to show you.
Yeah, why not, man? Why are you not showing me the griddle?
I'll show you the griddle.
We have a griddle, but it's too. So we have a center burner. Do you have a center burner?
Center burner?
1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's one in the middle that a long cast iron griddle sits over top of.
Inside.
Doesn't get hot enough though.
Inside, no, I don't have that.
Oh, you're talking outside. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
You got a griddle for the grill.
No,
so you make
it's a separate thing. It's not a griddle for the grill. It is this is what
educate me.
The flat top 900. It's 900 square inches. It's huge.
Okay.
It's six burners.
Oh, this is like a Blackstone.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
That's right.
Yeah, this looks really cool. You use it a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I use it. I probably only cook on it 10 or 12 times a year.
Do you also have a grill?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a Weber grill, a gas grill.
Yeah, we just got a Weber gas grill as well, and I bought a Charbroil one because I thought, like, I don't know how long we're going to be here, and the wind blew it over and it broke. That's what a piece of shit it was.
Ooh.
A grill blew over. So anyway, we got the Weber, and now it doesn't. Nothing's blowing that thing over. It's great, but I'm curious what the breakdown is between when you have both of them. Not how often you use them, but how often you use one versus the other.
Definitely the grill more, because this is pretty temperature,
like 60,
right?
40, 70, 30?
Yeah, 70, 30 probably.
Okay, so
maybe
when do you
80, 20?
What's the thing, or like the common set of circumstances that you walk outside and you're like, I better go for the grill?
It's faster. It's much fast. It's just different. You do a different thing. Like that's what you can do on this one. You can make.
I really want one of these.
4 dozen of something. But here's the difference. There's no heat, right? Like there's no heat coming from anywhere except for the bottom on a grill. Okay. So you're trying to make like a chicken breast on the bone. They're thick. You can't do it on this because it just won't
there's no lid.
It'll only cook the bottom. There's no lid. This is it.
Got it.
It's open air. I mean, I have a storage live. It doesn't just sit out like that. But
gotcha.
When you're cooking, you can have a dome. You can put a little dome over something to maybe help that a little bit. But
gotcha.
The things I make on this are much different than when I make things on this, they are usually things that I couldn't make on a grill. Here's the example. You wouldn't
do you couldn't do a cheesesteak on a grill, for example. Cut up steak for cheesesteak sandwiches or something like that. Or,
exactly. You can't make pancakes. You can't make a smash burger on a grill.
Oh, dude, I've been trying. We have I got the I have what's it called? Not
insert.
Steel. Cast iron insert. Yeah, and then I have the masher, but it doesn't get hot enough. That extra layer, like, you need it closer to the flame.
So it probably will get hot enough. You just need to be patient. You need to get one of those. Maybe. Do you have one of those infrared thermometers?
No. What is that for? To tell you the temperature of the grill or the meat?
The surface, yeah. It's like one of those surface temperature things. Like people that you can get your temperature taken by just doing this, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Get one of those. But yeah, you have to have that bitch screaming hot. 500 degrees on a smash burger.
So
and then you'll be
roughly
good.
Speaking, if the grill has a little temperature on it, and I know that's the temperature of the air inside, not the surface, but what does the grill thermometer need to be for the surface to be at 500?
I don't know.
Do you have any kind of rough equivalency? Yeah.
I don't. I never use it on the grill. I only use it on the
griddle. Well, how do you refer to this? You call it the griddle, or do you call it the flat top?
Griddle or flat top.
So you would make.
I call it the flat top 900. Dude, I'll tell you what. There is nothing better than when it's a kind of cool morning in the springtime, right? It's in the 50s or something. You grab some coffee, you make your coffee, you head outside, you throw a bunch of bacon down. You're making a big breakfast. So we did this for our neighborhood. I bought this thing because I wanted the griddle insert, and you were here when we used the one that we had on the grill. I don't know if you remember that. We made steaks.
I remember you making steaks. I don't remember the griddle insert.
So I was trying to sear the steaks. Yeah. So we but when you make a steak like this, once where you have the steak on the griddle, it gets cool. It cools it down. So you want it to be really hot because then it'll sear and it'll get crusty, which is the goal. But if you took this steak and you flipped it over and put it right back down, the temperature would be like, it's 500 degrees when you put it down the first time. When you flip it, it's like 300 degrees. And it doesn't sear it. It just kind of is warm.
Why does the temperature change?
Because you put cold meat on it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's impacting the temperature of the surface, not the other way.
So you want
that's interesting. Okay.
You want space that isn't currently being used to do the other side. And so I was like, I'm buying the biggest one I can buy because I want the space, and I want to be able to make meals for a lot of people. When people are coming over, we have family in town, make breakfast. I can make breakfast for everybody.
That's really cool, man. I like the entertainment aspect of this. Like, it really does. A big griddle, you're basically a short order cook at that point. Anything you can get at a diner, you now can make.
My line to Sarah has always been, I don't know how much the griddle cooks at a diner make per hour, but if I ever lose my job, I'm going to go find out.
I like that.
So we had,
you like it, huh?
Oh, it's the best. When we did, over the springtime, we invited 6 houses of people with their kids to our house. We had like an alleyway. It was our neighbors on each side, and then neighbors that we're friendly with across the alley. I'm like, come on over. I'm gonna make breakfast for everybody. Like something, not like playing your day around. Like, dude, we're gonna do this early. It'll be like 9 a.m. to 11. Just come over whenever you want. I'm gonna make breakfast and we'll have it warm. I made, I don't know, 30, probably 40 or like 2 or 3 packs of bacon, and then put it in one of those foil things. Put it in the grill. Turn the grill on, cool, like just to warm it.
Yeah.
And then we did like 2 or 3 bags of hash browns. Hash browns on the griddle are the best. They are. It's the only way to eat them. So hash browns.
And then did you also make the eggs on the griddle? I guess you could, right?
And then I did 3 loaves of challah bread for French toast. Like, I made French toast sticks, and I did 3 loaves at the same time on that thing.
Whoa!
And then whenever people came over,
you're really
make eggs to order. You make eggs to order because those things get cold fast, and they're easy to cook simply.
Right here.
This is the one I got.
And that's how much you paid for it?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Maybe there's going to be a Black Friday sale.
Absolutely, there will be.
I'm excited.
And they don't have it in this. You can get them in different sizes too. They don't have to be 900 square inches. This one is the one that a lot of people have. I have the. I wanted the space.
I don't have the space for it. But I'm wondering if it even makes sense to get the 600, right?
600 is pretty big. I mean, that's the size of a normal 2
but I'm not gonna like buy this again when we move into our more permanent home.
Unless you're.
I gotta wait. This is why I'm frustrated. I gotta wait. Like, everything I want to do, I gotta fucking wait on.
How's the house? Are you actively looking?
No, we're gonna maybe
Black Friday sales, maybe.
Yeah, Black Friday sales. It's too much. It's too overwhelming to go through fertility treatment and looking for a house at the same time for us
I
at least
gotcha.
right now. So we're gonna. I don't know. I honestly think that like what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna not be thinking about it, and then we're gonna come across a house, and we're gonna like it, and we're gonna buy it. You know, we're not far off from buying. We just are exhausted and looking. So we'll figure it out.
At some
I'm hoping
point,
something good pops up soon, maybe this spring.
something good will pop up, and it may be slightly higher than what you had currently budgeted for, and you're gonna look at it and you'll be like, you know what, we can still do this, and we're tired, so let's just do it and be done. And it'll be painful for a day, and then
Yeah,
once you're
I
in,
don't
you're
think
like,
it's
I'm
the
glad we
money
did this.
it's not the money stopping us. It's like
Oh,
it's the fact that we don't like any of these houses.
right.
It's like the ones we
that's-
do end up selling for almost $2 million.
Right. So that it is the money, right? Because the house that you
Okay,
like
yeah,
is too
I
expensive.
guess you're right.
It's
It is.
exactly
It is the
it's
money.
100% the money.
Yeah, but we
And-
can't
and I
afford
understand,
a
I
$2
get
million
it.
house. That's crazy.
No,
Well,
I
not crazy
understand.
if you have a lot of money, but crazy for us. Crazy for
We
us.
we were seeing houses that had asbestos and tile in the
Yeah.
floor
Yeah,
and
some
like
real horror shows.
old, yeah, just like not cool. And they were like at that point at the top of our budget. Like, dude, this is so discouraging.
Yeah.
And I get it. But yeah, you're right. You'll see a house that's not twice as much as you're willing to spend or whatever that number is. You'll find something will come up that'll be like, you know what? We're gonna have to bid this, and let's just go all in. See if we can buy it. And then if you get it, you'll be like, we love the house, so we'll figure out the money.
It's actually not a bad idea. What I'm torn. I think the hardest thing for us right now is that we don't know if we even want to be here. So
Right.
to pay a premium, it's like the realtor kept saying, well, but it's in Montclair, and that lands with most people. But for us, we're like, yeah, and who fucking cares about that? So what? Like, it's just the best of the shitty neighbor. It's like the least shitty option. It's nice. I'm being cruel about it, but really, it's like if we're not willing to pay for the privilege to be here, why are we here? But
Right.
then the next question is, okay, well, where do we go? Right? We're not tied to this area, but career-wise, I kind of am. I don't know. There's so many options. You make more money, you also spend more. Anyway, if we knew we wanted to be here, it'd be easier. That's my point.
Yeah, you got to figure that out first. Or
I don't
you
know.
get into the mindset of like, you know what? We're gonna try different neighborhoods. We're gonna just rent. We're gonna rent until we find someplace we like, and then we'll figure it out. We're gonna move.
That's
a lot,
how we ended up here.
Right.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. What I'd like to see is if we can do like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what's a reasonable amount of time to add to my commute. So right now, let's call it. So on paper, it's a 36-minute train ride and about a 5-minute drive to the train station, right? Or a 20-minute walk. So let's just call that an hour, give or take, commute, right? Is that fair?
Mhm.
Or is that
That's fair.
too much of? Yeah, it's an hour with delays and all that. So 2 hours a day adding to commute. If I were to go to 4, 2 hours in, 2 hours out, what would that get me? That's what I'm curious. Like if I go way
That's a
off the
long
beaten
time.
trail.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, it is. But
I'm sure
that's
you
what
could
I'm
get
paying
something
for the privilege of right now is not
Yeah.
doing that.
Right. I'm sure you can get whatever you want to being 2 hours away from Manhattan.
Yeah.
That'll open up everything. But again, do you want to live there?
It all feels so unique to me, but I'm sure every home buyer goes through this where like actually I don't know. I think this is a little different. I really thought that there would be some better options in our price range. Like I didn't think I'd have to make so many concessions. Did you feel like that when you bought your home?
I kind of knew it was going to be brutal, but
You had the right
again,
attitude.
it was brutal. Again, making those concessions that happened over and
Yeah.
over, and then like,
Well, making concessions is
goddamn.
okay. Like, and by the way, I love your house. I would if we actually saw a house similar and like fell in love with it and it sold the next day. But if
No,
if we
I
came
know.
across that, we would buy it in a heartbeat. So I
So
don't feel like you've made a ton of concessions.
if I think if we would have seen, no, we didn't to get this house. The concession we did make to get to this house was extend the budget, like
Right.
really like reframe. Okay,
How much we
we've looked.
talking? No, don't tell me how
Uh,
much your budget was. Just
right,
like
right, right.
what percentage increase?
15%, a lot.
Okay, that's significant. You'll feel that.
So we were looking at houses and it was like, all right, here's our max, and we were looking at those houses. We're like, I fucking hate all of these, and we can't get them. I mean, they're gone. Even those ones were just getting snapped up. And like this one
That's
came
how we
on like
feel.
the asking price is a max budget. So let's figure out what we really want, what we really can do if we want to do this, and then
Like
that's
what can we give up in order to get where we need to go? What can we sacrifice?
yeah, or just again, yeah, take a harder look of like how much are we going to allocate of our income to housing,
yeah.
and then you
But you feel
figure
like
it
you made
out. And
the
you're
right
like, you know
decision.
what, we can do. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we.
I
did
love
it.
your house. Yeah, I'm
Thank you.
happy for you. It's a great place. It's just a very warm home. Like it's got a lot of warmth. It's in a great location. It's got curb appeal. It's nice on the inside. It has the old charm mixed with the new where it needs to be. You know what I mean? It's just it's a good it's good. I like it. It's exactly
that's
what
nice
we're
of-
looking for.
That's nice of you. Thank you. It's but yeah, you'll get there. You just gotta. You eventually you'll get beaten down. You'll be like, well, what really is our
Yeah.
budget? But
Yeah.
you got to figure out where you want to live first, because that was never a question for us.
Yeah.
So
well,
that
then it's
helped
a little
us
easier to go
jump.
above that 15%. Yeah.
Yeah, at that point you'll be like, this is what we want. It's just more expensive, but you're still in the mode of like, we don't even know what we want.
Yeah. Well, I think what we wanted was to try the suburbs. We did that. We like it here, but we didn't realize how much of a premium we'd have to pay to stay here. So now we're looking at it and saying, okay, well, people are clamoring to get into Montclair. That's great for them. I don't really know if I'm going to be much happier here than I would be somewhere else. So why would I pay for that privilege? But at the end of the day, the reason those people want to be here and the reason they think they'd be happier here is because of the reasons that I'm talking about. It's right by the train. I can walk into town. There's restaurants. It is heads and shoulders above other Jersey suburbs. But when you compare it to like Connecticut or upstate New York, it's not even, I guess it's in the conversation, but it's not better than those things. And Connecticut has less taxes and less this and less that. So it's tough.
You pump your own gas up there.
Pump your own gas here. Oh, you mean you can pump your own
no,
gas?
you can't. No, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't
They
pump
actually,
your own gas.
The gas station I always go to, sometimes the guy will be like, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it some sort of sting operation? I don't trust you.
ahead.
I'm gonna step out there and you get taken down by a bunch of agents, undercover agents.
Go ahead. It's fine. It's probably fine. It's most likely okay. Go ahead.
I wonder if there's people in New Jersey who have literally never pumped their own gas.
Oh, there definitely are.
Adults.
I went to college with a few of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oregon or is it Oregon? Did they change? I think they might have changed it that you're allowed to do it yourself over in Oregon now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool rule. I mean, it's ridiculous, and that's why I like it. But I don't know. I
New
guess
laws-
if it creates jobs, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
It's not a big deal. What's the problem? The problem is when you pull in and you're in a hurry and you're waiting for someone, and usually they're pretty good. I've never like had a problem where like no one's coming to start it, but it still takes longer than it would if I pulled the car, put it in park, turn it off, put the gas nozzle in, right? But Oregon is allowed to. That's what it is.
I know it's just a funny
Yeah.
word.
It's just New Jersey now.
Just Jersey.
Just Jers. It will never change in Jersey.
Hey, guess whose fantasy team is about to be 9-2? I tell you what, dude, in a 14-team league, 9-2 is damn impressive. And I want you to say that you're impressed.
Let's talk about the Steelers. I'm not, but let's talk about the Steelers. I said this in a way yesterday that I want to make sure I reference correctly, because I hate the like, dude, Steelers fucking suck.
Dude, they stink, bro.
That. The hang on.
They can't even get a first down. The other teams out there, they got a guy who's never even been on a field before. Meanwhile, Kenny's throwing the ball to God knows who.
I'm gonna just say this is as rational as a rational like adult that you can say this. I dislike Kenny Pickett as an NFL quarterback of my team more and more every week. Right?
You wrote that?
Great in college. I did.
That's very thoughtful. Thank you for preparing that statement.
I'm not going to go out there and be like, Kenny Pickett sucks. Like, no, I just don't want him to be the quarterback of my NFL team. And I don't really care. But if I was like, because he was great at Pitt, right? I mean, he was sick. Yeah, but now, the guy takes the snap and he immediately looks at the running back or someone running in the flat, and he throws the ball they catch it behind the line of scrimmage. I've never seen so many pass plays that result in negative yardage.
Yeah, it's
as this year's Pittsburgh Steelers.
Was it last week where it was actually should have been ruled a fumble because he threw it behind Najee?
Yeah,
it was a lateral. Yeah, man, I was like giddy to wake up this morning and go on Steelers Twitter, thinking about all the different takes. And wait, what did you just say? What was you said something that made me think of.
You want me to read my prepared statement again?
No, you were saying, what were you saying after?
Pass plays that result in negative yardage.
Yeah.
He immediately looks at the running back every time that he takes a snap. They run sideways, and that's where he first read. That's where he's going with the ball.
Well, so that was what I read, that one of the guys that I follow on Twitter that I think he actually has some pretty good analysis. He said that, and I guess I don't know if this is a criticism on Kenny or Canada, but he said we continue to see too many one read passing plays, which is exactly what I think you're saying.
It's Kenny. At this point, I'm giving Matt Canada the benefit of the doubt. Kenny has missed so many throws.
Did you see Najee's interview?
No, what'd he say?
He basically said,
give me.
I was going to play it for you, but he, it's candid. Najee's being candid, and he's like a very good dude, so he doesn't want to speak negatively about the team, and he's trying not to speak negatively about the team, but you can clearly see his frustration is just, he's kind of just shaking his head and like smiling and like, he's saying the other team knew what was coming every time. And we had someone in our face at the beginning of every play. So the only reason I'm not skewering Kenny is because I don't know how anyone's supposed to perform under those circumstances. If the other team knows what's coming, think about it, man. The quarterback, he had 93 passing yards yesterday until that garbage play at the end got him over 100. In the NFL, something is up. It's not just that this guy isn't talented. It can't be. There were 32 pro teams that scouted him as a first-round quarterback, right? And we joke about talent evaluation, but like, how? It would be like the biggest con of all time if he's that bad.
I think he is, though. First of all, he's not the first round quarterback to ever not be good. Okay, so let's get over that. Like every team,
you're right. I guess that's true.
And here's
how many reminds me of. Okay,
hold on. How many drafts have existed in the NFL where the first quarterback taken wasn't taken until number 18 or whatever the Steelers drafted him at? He was the first quarterback. He was the only first round quarterback.
That happens
2 years ago. No,
that happens.
It does. Not very often. If you're a first round quarterback, you're
right.
You're going in the first 3 picks. If someone's like, I think
next year, what's his name? Bryce Young,
a quarterback, CJ Stroud, a quarterback that is good does not last until the 18th pick, and you don't have to trade anyone to get him. right? I think that's where it's like, okay, there were a number of teams before the Steelers that had quarterback issues that didn't take him.
That's a good point.
He wasn't worth it. So I like, but he was great in college, man, and he's kind of, I don't know,
he wasn't great in college.
He was good that last year. He was a Heisman finalist. He was a Heisman finalist.
I know.
I mean, what do you want?
What do I want?
Yeah, what you tell me what you want.
I think that when you're 23 to 24 is a big difference. It's a big jump. And I think COVID year gave him another. He was a 24-year-old senior.
Yeah, he was old.
Or 23-year-old. I'm sorry, or whatever. 1 year past what that 1 year makes a big difference. I think had COVID not happened, and that he may never have had that great year, but he did. What I'm saying is, I don't think there was enough evidence. Here's what I'm actually saying: had it not been for Joe Burrow, he wouldn't have been drafted.
Joe Burrow. What does Joe Burrow had to do with him?
3 bad years in college and then exploded for 1 huge year. Also has small hands, similar size quarterback. Actually, kind of looks similar. Long hair.
Joe Burrow is much taller than Kenny Pickett.
No, they're both 6'3".
Kenny Pickett's not. Joe Burrow and Kenny Pickett are not the same size.
I know. I think Kenny Pickett plays small. He looks small, but he's not.
He does.
It's confounding. I don't understand. Maybe they just over exaggerate his height.
Dude, listen.
Media.
I think K-Pix is tough. He's a tough dude. When he got that first down on,
dude, no question,
ripped his helmet off.
Dude, he's a tough dude.
He is trying his hardest. But I agree with what you say. He just doesn't. He doesn't have it. He's a triple A, like they call it in baseball all the time, like the guys that can't stick in the major leagues, like quad A players. That's what he feels like.
Yeah, he's
like better than triple A. He's one of the best players in college.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And like his performance is directly proportionate to the defense he's facing. He's almost like a defense litmus test, right? Like he's so consistently average that against bad defenses, he will play good. Against good defenses, he will play bad. Against elite defenses, he will play terrible. And against terrible differences, he will play very good. Like it's 100. I think that
makes sense with the quad. Yeah, that's a quad A player, right? Like it depends. Yeah. Your performance is dictated by the opponent, not like Joe Burrow's great. He's this year not great, but like
no, he's
maybe
great
it was
again
because he's hurt. He's been hurt all year. But like a guy like Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow's out for the year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you just got injured.
I think he's been injured, about that. And they did. That's a whole story.
No. He just got injured. He injured himself on a throw, and then they're saying that he wasn't on the injury report, even though he was wearing a wrist brace. Right.
Yeah. He was injured. He may have been injured. Who knows how long? And they just didn't say anything about it until they saw him getting off a bus with a brace on his wrist.
Is there any accountability there?
Yeah, a lot.
To whom?
They're definitely gonna get fined. They could lose draft picks. That's happened before. I can't remember the specifics, but
damn, dude,
injury reports are important for gambling purposes. Only.
Yeah, it's
right?
legal now.
That's
right?
all that matters. And so they don't mess around.
Legal.
Mm-hmm. Fantasy, I mean, that's a big deal for fantasy as well, and that's always been a big part of the NFL.
Well, I mean, I bet on the Bengals that night, and does that mean I have?
You should file a claim.
Recompense.
There should be an attorney be like, "Were you duped by the Cincinnati
Dave
Bengals?"
Portnoy did this. He did exactly the bit you're talking about. But I think he's actually doing it because his dad's an attorney. So I think he was sincerely launching a class action suit, but he did it by doing that bit.
Class action lawsuit against the NFL for false injury report. I love that. I think it's
how do you lose?
I love that commercial that I'm envisioning in my head at 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Have you or your has anyone, you or your family, been affected by falsified NFL injury report?
You're like you're verbatim. You got to watch it. You want to see it?
I will. No, I'll watch it later. We're running out of time here. I'm going in today.
I have a meeting. You are going in today.
I'm gonna go in today. I got a call at 2, and then I'm gonna.
I've been agonizing about this. I didn't. I'm not going.
I don't want. I'll tell you what. I was in the office 5 days last week for the first time since before COVID. I didn't spend all day there, and I can walk. It's like going to a class at a college campus for me, basically. It was exhausting.
Yeah, takes a lot out of you, huh? Forgot about the toll it takes.
Just being in there, and it is more productive, especially when everyone's there. I do like that. We had the new CEO came in on Wednesday, and so everyone came in, and it's nice, man. When there's 80 people walking around,
slacks.
I wore some ABCs, nice. Or maybe my French stretch terry.
So when you usually go into the office, there's not a lot of people there. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Still, when I'm there, and I have a couple days where I'm in there just full day, just to kind of be seen. And when I'm in there, there are 10% at most of the people who sit in that office are there.
So if the office was empty like that, I wouldn't ever want to go in. But we're packed ass to elbows, and honestly, I don't hate it. It's nice. I like the energy.
It is. It's there's good energy. You like hearing the ambient noise of a conversation happening down the hall is kind of, you just feel like you're part of something. But yeah, when it's quiet and all you can hear is the fucking HVAC blowing air. I mean, that sucks, man. It's cold, or it's not comfortable. You don't have what you want there. Everything is worse.
Yeah, everything is worse. This is I don't like coming to the office because everything is worse.
It is.
I actually need to jump because I got to get my internet up and running before my meeting at 9.
All right. Good luck with your internet. And
thanks, buddy. Sorry.
I think we may have to do one of these next Monday. Well, depending on your schedule, to recap the Thanksgiving holiday. Maybe we do.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get that while it's fresh. So yeah, I'm going to Mechanicsburg next Tuesday, but I'm free on Monday.
How about Wednesday? You're not free.
I should be. I just don't know where I'll be. But
okay. Well, whatever.
I don't think I'm going to stay overnight in Mechanicsburg, so we'll see.
Let's both make sure we're thinking about things that are going on and writing them down. Like if we have Thanksgiving related experiences, let's write them down so we can talk about it.
I mean, I can assure you I will have things to talk about.
We're gonna do real quick. We're going back to Pittsburgh, obviously, and Sarah wants to be more. I want to visit some Pittsburgh retail institutions. And all I have so far, I know I should have brought this up first. The only things I have so far are bakery. Like I must have been hungry when I was thinking about this. We're gonna do Prandel's, and Oakmont Bakery. That's it.
I mean,
any other ideas?
Oakmont Bakery is a pretty long drive for something that Prandel's will get the job done.
It's not that far from where we are. Yeah. We're going to go to the Strip on maybe Friday or Saturday. Pamela's is down there.
When you say retail, do you mean food or like
shop, right? Yeah. Like any shop, like obviously like not
the 412 store is cool down at the South Side Works.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll text you. That's an interesting one. But that's fun, man. Yeah. I'm jealous. That sounds like a good time.
Like Permanis kind of sucks.
No, it doesn't. I love Permanis.
It does. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Cheese fries redeem that place. The sandwiches, not as good as they used to be, man. They're just not. They've cheapened up on them a lot.
If we go to Permanis, we're going to the one that's in that parking garage downtown. We're not going to like some standalone building in Robinson. There's one in literally in a parking garage. Hang on, let's look it up.
Wait, the 6th Street
Location.
No.
Hang on.
parking garage.
Yeah. I think I was there with you.
It sounds about right. But
There's one on. Yeah.
How would that
hold
even
on.
work?
Oh, there's one in Market Square. I think I'm looking at a map of downtown and there's not one coming up, but there was Permane Brothers parking garage.
So there is one in Market Square, but it's not in a parking garage.
It was inside a parking garage that had no windows to the outside. It had windows to the rest of the parking garage. I remember. I'll find it and we'll talk about it next time. But that I remember, and it had like a counter. There may have been some tables, but I remember sitting at a counter eating Permane's inside of a parking garage downtown.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you find something?
It's not. It doesn't exist anymore. I'm going to show you real quick.
Oh, that's what I'm looking at.
Look at the title.
It doesn't have any. Again.
Space nestled underneath a downtown parking garage transformed from a 20-year-old Permane's into the Pittsburgh Poultry Company.
Maggie Weaver, you read that title of that thing? She doesn't seem like she's super pumped that it's serving Venezuelan street food. Again.
Yeah, dude. I'm not like, here, let's do this. I'm not okay.
It opened.
Okay, so I like what Google did. They're like, okay, here's Permane's, here's a car, here's a parking garage, here's Permane's. Is this what you mean? How about this one? Yeah, like this is bullshit. Don't go to a standalone Permane's. I agree with you 100% there.
I looked at locations, man. There's fucking, how many of these things are there? There's like 100 of these things all over the country. Maybe not.
Is there that many?
30s. There's some in Florida.
No.
There's a couple in Florida. There's a bunch in Ohio. Looks like there's some in West Virginia. It's like, yeah, nah, man. I want to go to the one in the parking garage.
Yeah, I want to go to the one in the parking garage too. I want to see it.
It was downtown. Yeah, we got to find pictures of that.
Dude,
we'll look it up.
I'm like, you're tickling at some memories, but they're not jumping to the surface. Anyway.
All right, dude. Well, good luck getting the internet back up.
Thanks, buddy. Have a happy
travels.
And to all of our viewers, happy Thanksgiving.
Let's wave as we end the stream. Oh, I gotta hit end stream.